we got some hot breaking news. We have a divorce, we have a Bravo firing, and we have an answer to who makes more money on OnlyFans, Denise Richards or Sami. Let's get into it. You're listening to No Filter with Zach Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. Whoo! My, oh my, oh my, what a morning we have had. It has just been revealed that Alexia and Tod's husband, Todd, from the Real Housewives of Miami, you know Alexia, she used to be married to a cocaine cowboy, and now she found her happy ending. She's Miami Barbie, right? Well, sorry to reveal, even though all season long she was defending her marriage to Todd, even though Adriana kept calling out their marital issues, their financial issues, the sketchiness in his money and his dealings. Apparently, he is donezo's, and he's like, yeah, no more. And he is officially leaving Alexia, as he just filed for divorce on Thursday of last week. He is done. He's filed for divorce from Alexia, which we're only a month after the reunion aired. And she continued to defend him, and she continued, I think on Valentine's Day, they like put like a gushy post on her Instagram about how they were made for each other. We belong together. Well, I guess they don't belong together. I can't sleep at night when you are on my mind. Baba Womack's on the radio, singing to me if you think you're lonely now. Wait a minute, this is too deep, too deep. I gotta change the station, so I turn the dial, try to catch a break, and then I hear a baby face. I only think of you, and it's breaking my heart. I gotta keep it together, but I'm falling apart. I'm feeling all out of my elements, throwing things, crying, trying to figure out where the hell I went wrong. The pain reflected in the song ain't even half of what I'm feeling inside. I need you back in my life, baby. When you left, I lost a part of me. It's still so hard to believe that. Okay, I'll end it there. um I know, because some people, half of the people love when I sing and half of the people hate when I sing, and I'm just gonna keep sing, just keep singing, just keep singing, just keep singing. Are we surprised that Alexia and Todd have ended? I'm not surprised. I knew that once they started yay off pitch karaoke, that's how you do karaoke, Joe. You're not supposed to sing on pitch. You're always supposed to sing off pitch. I can't sing. That's why I'm not a singer. I'm a podcaster. We belong together. I can also join the country. We belong together. See, I can go low, baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, I guess now that, Alexia, or not Alexia, Adriana was trying to show us the holes in their marriage. Didn't Anna also come back? Remember Anna Kinso says, is that how you say it? Kinso says she came back this season to like be like, ooh, I know things about Alexia. I know things about Marisol. And Marisol was all worried because she called her a corpse, a walking corpse. Well, looks like there was some legitimacy to what Anna was saying and what Adriana was trying to expose on camera. I think he probably was like, listen, I don't want to be in this TV life. Maybe he has some shady business dealings that he's doing. And he's just like, listen, this TV life is not for me. They're questioning my finances. They're questioning the legitimacy of my business. So, yeah. So they don't belong together. They can't sleep at night because he ain't on her mind. Baba Womack's on the radio singing goodbye, Todd and Alexia. Adriana was right. They're done. I'm sad. Not really, but like kind of. Remember, like that was the whole thing when the show came back, was about her wedding to Todd, and Gertie was planning the wedding, and then she was mad at Gertie because Gertie couldn't be there for her fairy tale wedding, and now it's over. It's all done. Just like the Golden Bachelor. Did you guys hear about that? The two old people. The old lady was like, peace. Actually, I don't know. I didn't watch the Golden Bachelor. I just saw the headlines that they're officially over, which I guess is kind of sad, but also like, how often are these Bachelor people ever like lasting? didn't what's his name? Vile no, Nick Vile didn't last with his bachelor, right? Um didn't she cheat on him or something? I don't know. But yeah. Oh well. Dunzos. Thank you. Next. Moving on from Miami. I think Todd's finances were probably a little shady. Maybe. Adriana bringing it up, maybe put some more attention on it. And he's like, I don't want this attention. I don't want to be in the limelight. I thought that I was okay with this. And then he realized he wasn't okay with this because then his lifestyle was put into jeopardy. That's my theory. I'm sticking by it. Okay. What's next? Robin Dixon, Real Housewives of Potomac. So we just had part 3, right? That was part 3 of the reunion. It's finally done. The season is over. We know Candace Dillard has already announced her exit from the Real Housewives of Potomac, and now Robin Dixon is saying bye. She said thank you next. Well, actually, Bravo said thank you next to her because she's saying that she was fired. So she announced on the Reasonably Shady podcast that Bravo was unreasonably shady to her by firing her from the show. She said nothing lasts forever. And Giselle's like, oh my God, it's real. I can't believe it's real. But like Giselle, like kind of seemed like she was shocked or not shocked by the news, but it kind of seemed like it affected her. But at the same time, Giselle was like Giselle didn't really care. She's like, I still got my job. I still have my paycheck. So Giselle seems to be fine saying goodbye to Robin. I know Queens of Bravo, their hearts are broken right now. All the Queens' hearts are broken at the moment because they love Robin. And I'm just like, bye, girl. See you later. Thank you. Next. Now Juan Dixon can go and cheat in peace. He's going to live his best life. He's like, thank you. Next, I can pay for people's hotel rooms without all of the Bravo bloggers all over it. I predict a divorce soon. I know that's not nice to say, but I'm just saying their relationship was already on the rocks. I don't know if they're going to make it now, or maybe they will now that they're not on TV. Giselle seems to still be in the run. So we know Candace is out. Robin is out. There are rumors that Nneka and Wendy are possibly also out. I believe the Jasmine brand has reported that Wendy and Nneka are out. And then there are rumors circulating Ashley Darby's role and whether she'll be coming back full-time or part-time or gone altogether. All is up in the air, TBD. I could see Ashley getting demoted, possibly, and them just keeping Giselle and Karen as kind of like the anchor of the show. We'll see. But bye, Robin. Bye, Candace. They're really gonna have to shake things up on Potomac if they're just chopping people left and right. It's like when they did the big what was it, the season 4 of RHONY chop, where half the cast after season 4 going into season 5, they fired half the cast and kind of like rebooted it. Seems like that may be the direction they're going in with Potomac. And after this season, I kind of feel like it's necessary. So bye, Robin Dixon. Thank you for your service for all 8 seasons. Season 9, we're gonna have a good time. Let's talk Coachella. We saw a lot of people. Sheena was at Coachella. She was just on her podcast saying that she felt guilty about going to Coachella because she has Summer Moon back at home, and Jax was out blasting her as a mom and saying that she's never with her kid and she always leaves her kid with her mom and she's not a good mom. Or he was basically insinuating that he was not a good mom, or that she was not a good mom. And then she was on her podcast and she was crying about her mommy guilt. And I get it. Like, she has to work, right? She has to provide for her kid. She seems to be like the sole breadwinner. So, I mean, listen, my heart goes out to Sheena. I think, I don't know, Jax just opens his big mouth sometimes, or he doesn't need to be opening his big mouth. But then she was like, I don't know what was going on. He was drunk and maybe he was imbibing too much on the pasta that night, insinuating he was, snorting some pasta that night, which, I mean, are we surprised? I think we all kind of like, that's like the Vanderpump's worst kept secret is that Jax, does a little bump of a good time. Not accusing him of anything specific, but a bump of a good time. He does a little fist bump. But she was all hurt by that. But she was at Coachella. Lala was at Coachella, preggers and all. James Kennedy was doing his beat at Coachella. Ariana was there with her boo. A lot of people were there. Gwen Stefani went and she reenacted I'm just a girl in the world. Did you see that back in the day when she was at Coachella and she was like, just the boys, only the boys. I'm just a girl. And then the boys like, I'm just a girl. And then she's like, again, I'm just a girl. And then all the guys are, I'm just a girl in the world. And so she redid that. And she was like, I'm just a girl in the world. So, yeah, she was bringing back No Doubt. And no doubt Gwen Stefani can still get it. Gwen Stefani. So, yeah, good for her. Lana Del Rey opened up Coachella weekend. She rode up on her motorcycle and she was like, vroom, vroom, baby, vroom, vroom, let's get it. And then she said, blue jeans, white shirt, you make my heart hurt. Blue jeans, white shirt. You know, she always sounds like she's having an orgasm. Good for her though, right? Listen, I love Lana Del Rey. Summertime sadness. I got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness. And then we had DJ James Kennedy. He was doing the damn thing. God. He was doing the most. Good for him. Teresa. Oh, here's another thing that everyone was like fired up about. Teresa Giudice was also at Coachella, and she was hanging with none other than the Taylor Swift, the Taylor Swift, the Scooter Braun survivor, Taylor Swift, who's always shocked when she wins an award. And she was like, "Oh my God, a fan." And Teresa's like, "I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Patterson." And then Taylor's like, "Oh my God, a fan. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so surprised that I have a fan. Like, you have no idea. Oh my God. Do you know I survived Scooter Braun? Oh my God. You guys, girl power, T Swift gang, snap, snap, pat the puss." So everyone was like really vibing that Teresa was hanging out. I was like, Teresa's an icon. See, Melissa could never. Which, you know, cute. Good for her. I'm glad Teresa got to hang out with or got to take a picture with Taylor Swift. I don't think it's as groundbreaking as people are making it out to be on the Twitter land, but good for her. Yeah. Joe Mendoza in the live chat says it was more likely for Taylor to know about Teresa than Teresa to know about Taylor. Teresa is still in her love bubble. Somebody needs to pop that damn love bubble. That love bubble has been overdue. We're all just waiting for someone to go pop. But no, I agree. She probably had no clue who Taylor Swift was. I mean, Teresa has no clue who anybody is. Teresa has no clue what's going on. She thought that she was at summer camp when she was in prison, you know? So, but Teresa's ride or dies are gonna be like, oh my God, she's so iconic. And Teresa's gonna be like, who's this little white girl next to me? Danielle, is that you? So, yeah, Margaret, is that you? Did you get another facelift? That Ozempic is kicking in, girl. So, good for Teresa. The tree hugger. Oh, are there tree huggers in the chat? Are they mad at me? The tree huggers are. Hi, tree huggers. Shout out to all the tree stumps. Let's get it. When I throw shade, I don't mean it. So don't get like, just take the butt plug out of your ass and breathe. It's always light shade. It's never meant to be mean. I'm not trying to be a bully. Take the tree stumps out of your ass because I'm sure they hurt, with all the little pricklies up there. Ooh, talk about that for a dildo. That was Coachella. Good for Coachella. A lot of people are like, why aren't you at Coachella? Why aren't you? Do I look like a bitch that's gonna go to Coachella? Do I look like I want to be in the desert, in the dirt, wearing little skimpy clothes, showing off my nipples? No, thank you. I ain't trying to be at Coachella. I don't even know how to get to Coachella. Okay. That's not what I was home this weekend. I was high on some mushrooms. That was as close to Coachella as I got. I got high on some mushrooms and then I watched Jax drop the birthday cake on repeat because that was hilarious. And then I ran out of mushrooms. Allegedly, guys, allegedly. I ran out of mushrooms and then I started taking some weed gummies, which, again, I'm on my 14-day alcohol sugar detox, which I mean, I've had little bits of sugar here or there, not like a full dessert or anything. Like there was the fruit lady, the fruit carts. Oh my God, the fruit cart people. I grew up getting those fruit carts right outside of our school, or we would go to the park and my grandpa would buy us the fruit. back when there were no sanitary guidelines. But there was a fruit cart here in downtown. I was like, oh, I was just craving it. And so I had like that with the tahini and the lemon. And oh, it was so good. Took me back. So I've been having little bits of sugar, but I've had no alcohol. Today is day 6, day 7. Day 7, because I started last Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today is day 7. No alcohol. 7 more days to go. I'm doing the dry tried this weekend. So I'm make sure we tear that up. Let's get it, honey. Hulk angry. So yeah, I did no Cella. I didn't want some RHOA. I didn't want some Coachella. I was good without it. But listen, I mean, everybody seemed to be getting nice and fun and dusty out there, and good for them. They did have some fun 818 tequila activations that I wish I would have gone to, but also at the same time, I just feel like, I don't know. Oh, breaking news, Candace Dillard is pregnant. What is with all the breaking news today? We had Robin fired, we had Alexia getting divorced, and now we have Candace Dillard Bassett pregnant with her first baby. Wow. She just gave the exclusive to Entertainment Tonight, expecting first child with husband Chris. She's gonna be like, wait, never mind. Can I get my job back? I have a baby to provide for. She's 13. Okay, she said, I'm about 13 weeks. So about into the second trimester. It's been weird, but also really wonderful. I think to keep it kind of to ourselves at this point. Our immediate family knows. My mom, I told my mom for her birthday in February. My dad knows. Chris's parents know. My siblings know. And that is my core best friend group. But outside of that, it's just been like kind of quietly growing a bun in the oven. Wow. She's like, the neighbors know, my mom knows, and my mom's best friend knows, and my best friend knows, and the kids I went to high school with know, and my high school teacher and my gym coach knows. She's like, but we're just keeping it to ourselves. But listen, good for her. She don't need the stress of being on that show. She's like, thank you. Next. Oh, Brian is pregnant with Joe Mendoza's baby. You guys, the incestuous nature of the Zack Pack. Yes, I saw that the Jasmine Jan just reported that NECA is out. Bye, NECA. The Jasmine brand was also the one that reported Robin was out before Robin officially confirmed it. So, Logan Paul and Nina Agdal just announced that they're pregnant. I don't know who Nina is. I know Logan Paul. Isn't he like a boxer now or something? He was on YouTube and then he was always in the controversy and now he's a boxer. Well, listen, everybody's getting pregnant these days. Good for them. You know who else we're clapping for right now? Denise Richards, because she's making some dough. So Denise Richards, we finally know who's more profitable on OnlyFans, Denise or Sami. Sami makes a reported $80,000 a month on OnlyFans, and Denise Richards, it's been reported, she racks in $2 million monthly, which is wild. And I don't know if I believe that. I think that that's like that's the high figure. I don't think she makes 2 million every single month. Could you imagine what's 2 times 12? 24. She's making $24 million on OnlyFans. No, she's not. Denise Richards is not making $24 million a year off of just OnlyFans. I think that that's like the month she joined, like that's what she racked in. I mean, I'm sure she's making good money on OnlyFans. I'm sure now she's making about like, she's making tens of thousands on OnlyFans for sure. But there's no way she's racking in 2 mil per month consistently. Like, because people sign up and then they sign up for a little bit and then they dip off. And that's kind of, that's what it is. Half is taxed. Well, thank you, Lindsay. But yeah, listen, she's not making that much off of OnlyFans. But listen, that's still a good paycheck. I'm not even trying to shade the girl. She does the gardening. I remember I subscribed to that. I helped contribute to that 2 mil. She was gardening and her feet were all dirty. And she's like, ooh, look at my feet. They're all dirty. They're all full of dirt. And then she's like, titties out. It's so funny because then like everything, the only thing she face tunes is like her face. So her face is like, foo, glam, right? Eyelashes and all, but then everything else is just like as is. Okay. When Erica finds out, she'll join OnlyFans. Well, when Erica was on my show, she said that OnlyFans, like, has made her offers to join, and she's declined every time. So they made her a very hefty offer, and there were times where she could have really used that money, but she said no, because once you go down that route, you can't really come back from it. Michelle says, "At $7 a pop, that's a lot of coochie pics." That is a lot of coochie pics. Remember, she raised her prices, so now, she's racking in more than that. I doubt she makes that much. Yeah, she's not consistently making 2 mil. They're always gonna report the higher figures, right? I'm sure that's like I'm sure OnlyFans was the one that leaked these numbers because they were like, they wanna show people, "Oh, you can make a lot of money," but, like, the average person is not making anywhere near that at all. That's just the reality of it, alright? But it also kind of begs into question, like, then why does she if she's really making this kind of money, what was the point in returning to Housewives, you know? And her lifestyle hasn't really been like, why is she still doing these low budget Lifetime films if she's making that kind of dough, you know? I think she's on Housewives because she definitely is addicted to the fame and she likes the relevancy that Housewives gives her. And then Denise also wants to be a working actress? I don't know, like, why do the low budget Lifetime films then, you know? Because the last one was just real rough. Remember the one with Nene? What was it, Housewife Hunter or something? It was something with to do with housewives, and it was, like, piggybacking off of the Housewives brand. So she definitely wants to stay there. Shit, I'd settle for Sammy's check. You know what? I will say they have to be making a real hefty penny because I know what I make off of my podcast. Um So you know what? They gotta be making some, yeah. She's a working address. She's a working address. Are they low budget though? They are low budget. Have you not seen those trailers for those movies? Those are some low budget movies. It is not. Ariana did a Lifetime movie. Oh yeah, that's right. Did that ever come out? What happened to that Lifetime movie? Yeah. You come for Denise, but applaud for Lisa Rinna. I do come for Denise and applaud Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna's not showing her coochie on OnlyFans for $7, number one. And number two, yeah, Lisa Rinna was in a Lifetime movie, but Lisa Rinna also produced that Lifetime movie. So, and she had her and her daughter in that Lifetime movie. And she just got Harry a deal with his own show. He has a cooking show now. Um, so my point is Rinna's not clamoring onto Housewives to stay relevant. She's built a new career in fashion. She's literally walking in major fashion shows at like 50 years old. Denise isn't even sitting front row at fashion shows. Um, I think Jacques, my friend who hosts the Unpopular podcast, he made a really good point about how Lisa Rinna saw the Yolanda model and how Yolanda pimped out her daughters on Real Houses of Beverly Hills. Rinna did the same thing, helped build her daughters into these, famous models. And then now they're able to, you're playing favorites. I'm not well, then maybe I'm playing favorite. I'm allowed to play favorites. People get so mad when they're just like, "Why are you're biased and you pick this person over that person and you're not supposed Why am I not supposed to do that? You pick favorites. You guys all have favorites. Why am I not allowed to have an opinion? Suck my dick. Hey, yo, bitch. Suck my dick. I'm allowed to have my favorites. I'm allowed to have my opinions. I know people are mad that lately I've been defending Lala Kent. I like Lala. Give me Lala. Give me all the Lala. I ain't mad at it. I don't know why you be mad. There are plenty of other people that you can go and do the other things with, you know? Just saying. Well, I don't get what you're just saying. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I report the news, but I also have opinions. My job is not to be a journalist. My job is to be, I'm not a reporter. I'm a commenter. I'm a podcaster. Okay. I'm going to do me. I got to do me, Lucius. I'm going to do me. Which season did Rinna show her box? Oh, I think that was her first season. Remember when she got a bikini wax on Housewives? That's my opinion. Okay, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, it's been announced by Love B. Scott that Kenya Moore is officially returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So as of right now, we have confirmations of Kenya Moore coming back and of Portia Williams coming back. I'm assuming now she's back to Portia Williams now that she's getting divorced. Everybody's getting divorced and fired these days. What is going on? I'm glad I'm not married and nobody can fire me because my goodness. But yeah, so far we have Kenya, we have Portia, TBD on Drew and Sheree. I believe, wasn't it reported that Marlo was out as well? Sonia announced her exit. Candy announced her exit. There's still no cameras up for Atlanta, so who knows what's going to happen or when they're going to start. They're probably still trying to finalize the cast, but at least for now, we have Kenya and Portia. Do we want back Drew or do we want back Sheree? I think I would rather, I don't know. Drew is messy and her life is just messy, that I kind of would want Drew for that, but I like more of the OG vibe, so I think I would want Sheree back, and at least Sheree would kind of be, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wants to say Sheree, but then I'm also like, but Sheree can be kind of boring. So maybe I want Drew. I don't know. If those are my only two options, I don't know if I want either of them. I don't want Drew. I know that for a fact. I'd rather have Sheree than Drew. I just think I don't know. Sheree just, I mean, Drew just ain't it for me. I've never been a fan of her. But we also have updates on Real Houses in New York. So Bravo made a big announcement that the entire cast is back, and we're like, oh great. Yay. Um, so the RHONY reboot, they're all back, all the ladies, and now they're adding in 2 more housewives. Probably because they knew that the last batch of ladies couldn't really carry it. Listen, I liked Sai and I liked Brynn. I liked Aaron. Aaron was probably my favorite. I know Sai and Aaron are the people's least favorites. I enjoyed them. I think that they made the show interesting. They made Giselle relevant. Jessel, not Giselle, Jessel. They made Jessel relevant. And everyone's like, no, they didn't. Jessel's a queen all on her. Jessel is fucking boring, and you don't want to admit it to yourself. Jessel is boring, not interesting. Had Aaron and Sai not poked at Jessel and got her to flap her wings a little bit, we would have all fallen asleep. Okay, so put some respect on Aaron and Sai's checks, right? Jessel is hilarious. Not really. She's a real housewife. Not really. You know? Not really. She has actual money. Well, the whole point of this Housewives reboot wasn't to show women with money. It was to show real representation of women in New York. The real Housewives of New York. So it wasn't about the money, honey. Yeah, Brynn don't have money. Brynn has sugar daddies. Listen, which is a real representation of New York. Brynn was funny though. She was a little gimmicky, a little hacky, but she was funny. Oh, Jenna is returning. Yeah, that was the thing. Everyone was like, "Oh wow, Jenna Lyons is right." I did not think she was coming back. She did not. Here's the thing: she did not want to come back, and that was very clear. I didn't think she should have come back. I thought she was boring. I thought, and she's already like, "I'm coming back, and I'm not going to show my girlfriend. I'm not going to talk about my girlfriend. Like my personal life is not going to be on the show." It's like, then why fucking come back? Why are you kind of like, no, I wasn't. She's interesting and she's quirky, but Jenna Lyons is not a housewife. I stand by that. I will put that on a period. She's boring. I like the fashion. You like the fashion of the ladies of RHONY? I mean, they're younger, they're fresher. Like I said, it's like a more Sex in the City fresh vibe. It's not RHONY. Um, but yeah, we also got a Dubai trailer for season 2. Boring. Boring. Not gonna watch Dubai. Don't fucking care. Thank you, next. So yeah, there we go. With those is the updates in the Housewives land. We got a boring trailer for Dubai. We got a boring RHONY announcement. We have 2 rumored newbies that are going to be joining the mix. Unclear if they'll be Apple holders or not. So that's a lot of people to carry that show, which means that the original cast did not carry that show. They don't think that the cast will be carrying that show very much. I'm surprised that Jenna Lyons is back. She was definitely not coming back. They probably made her an offer that she couldn't refuse, and allowed her to meet all the stipulations that she wanted. And so, yeah. Thank you, Pamela, for the super sticker. Pamela B. Shout out to Pamela B. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. To the front, to the right, to the back, girl. Is she or not? I know he thinks you're fine and stuff, but does he know how to wind you up? Wait. This just in. Body odor is officially canceled for good this time, guys. Okay. Unlike certain other deodorants, Lumi's whole body deodorant is powered by mandelic acid to deliver outrageous 72-hour odor control everywhere from your pits to your feet. And yes, even your privates. In fact, it was patients' biggest concern about the private area, and that's what originally inspired the OBGYN who invented Lumi. Fast forward, here we are 6 years later, and her game-changing whole body deodorant has now earned over 300,000 five-star reviews from people like me who love smelling great and feeling confident head to toe. Ooh, give me that Lumi. I actually do have the toasted coconut Lumi on right now. It's my new go-to. I put it to the test at the gym. They have a variety of fresh, bright scents. They have clean tangerine. They have lavender sage. They have toasted coconut. I will say, today I put the lavender sage on my privates and on my in between my toesies. That way, like I made sure I was like smelling fresh all day today. I was like, ooh, let's give it a try. Let's try the other one. So I have the bottle. So I just a little squeeze and a little fresh around the body just to make sure that there's no odor. No odor. Pepper, all over, clean tangerine, lavender sage, toasted coconut. As a special offer for No Filter listeners, new customers get $5 off a Lumi starter pack with code No Filter at lumideodorant.com. So that equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit Lumi, Lume, lumideodorant.com and use code No Filter. Head on over to Lumi Deodorant, Lume, lumideodorant.com and use code No Filter. Okay. What else happened in the world over the weekend? The Talk got canceled after 15 seasons, even though The View is still going strong. So first we had The Real that got canceled. Now we have The Talk that's gotten canceled. We still have The View, but the rest of them are going boop. To be honest, I feel like The Talk never really recovered from that whole Sharon Osbourne fire. And remember when there was a whole thing with Sharon and they called her racist and she's like, "What? I'm not racist." And she's like, "This was a setup." So I feel like they never really came back from that because then they like kept changing up the cast and they brought in men and it just like, you know, it was just meh. But I didn't even when I saw the current cast of The Talk, I didn't recognize anybody left except Cheryl Underwood. She was the only one that I recognized that was from when I actually used to watch The Talk. Obviously, I knew Jerry O'Connell, but the rest of them, I didn't know who was on. I never watched when Jerry O'Connell was on. I didn't even remember when they announced that he was on. I just remember seeing stills one day and being like, "Oh, Jerry O'Connell was now on The Talk. Okay, interesting." I remember Sharon Osbourne. I remember Julie Chen, and then I remember when she became Julie Chen Moonves. Moonves. Sarah Gilbert, Darlene. I remember when Darlene was on there. I even remember the OGs, Leah Remini and Holly Robinson Pete. Not many people remembered Leah Remini and Holly Robinson Pete. They were done dirty, remember? So yeah. I did like The Real too. The Real was good. They had Jenny Mai, Adrian Bailon, Lonely Love. Who else was on that show? They had Tamar Braxton. They had who was like in and out. They had Tamara Mowry. Yeah. I liked The Real. I thought The Real was a good one. I liked The Real. It felt very real. I do remember Tamara. I loved Tamara. They still have Tamara. I still see her on TikTok where they're like, how are you? And she's like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." I still see the clips of The Real all over like TikTok and Instagram. Oh, that's right. Garcelle was on The Real and then it got canceled. You know, they brought Garcelle to save The Real. There we go. The View is leftist talking points. Yeah, I don't love like how unbalanced The View is because The View does lean into politics a lot, but there's always like only one conservative voice, right? There's always only one Elizabeth Hasselbeck or one Meghan McCain. So yeah, another one bites the dust. Thank you, The Talk. I mean, 15 seasons is pretty impressive, but nothing can touch The View. These comments are getting scandalous. Are they? What are people saying? Brian says The Talk always seemed like a low budget version of The View. Ooh. My goodness, my good. I miss the real. Yeah, I miss the real too. Everyone needs a little freshening up. Who needs a little freshening up? Zach, do you have to apply Lumi multiple times a day or just once? Just once. Just once. Yeah. It seems to stick. It seems to work. Okay. That's the talk. Bethenny Frankel is rebranding her podcast away from Housewives and she is pivoting all into divorce. So she's no longer Rewives. It is now Just Be Divorced. And I'm just like, can't we call it Just Be Quiet? Can't we call it Just Fuck Off? Just Be Gone? But she's trying. She's, you know, she's trying. My friend Jess was always Jess, you guys know where she hosts Hot Takes and Deep Dives, even though she just had or Jacques, her and Jacques just did a collab on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, really, bitches? None of you invited me on your show? Period." It's okay. I talk to them both every day. But so my friend Jess, she was always talking about how Bethenny should have like pivoted in the direction of divorce. Like from the very beginning, she should have. Is she still reckoning? I don't know if she's still reckoning. I mean, she's reckoning her life, but like I don't. I think her reality reckoning. I think she's given up on that. She like has these little things, right, where she's like, I'm gonna go on to this. I'm gonna do Rewives because that's original. And then I'm gonna do the reality reckoning. And so now here we are. Listen, I actually think this is a smart pivot. I think I agree with my friend Jess. I think she should have done this from the beginning. You know, navigating divorce, I think would have been a really strong move. Remember when she was building her Skinny Girl brand and she was like, she had her Skinny Girl books. She's like the everyday Skinny Girl and simple solutions for every skinny girl or something like that. She was always doing like those types of books, like to help women. Um, and how to be like your the best version of yourself, how to balance it all. So I was like, divorce seemed like the most natural book for her to write. But this is how she could have really like navigated her career aside from having to go like back into Housewives, but then she went back down the Housewives rabbit hole. But she says that she ignored all the red flags when she married Jason Hoppy. I imagine she can't get too deep into her divorce because Jason would likely sue her. So she can't talk much about him specifically, but I would imagine she's got some good advice that she can give other women. And maybe that becomes her thing. She's like love line, but for divorce. She's divorce line, you know, how to survive breakups. That would be an interesting pivot for her. So I mean, listen, I don't think she can say much about Jason specifically, but she can at least, you know, talk about some of her challenges with splitting up. You know who she could give some good advice to? She can give some good advice to Tori Spelling. Whew. I was listening to Tori Spelling's podcast this morning. This girl is a hot ass mess. She literally taped her most recent podcast episode out of a storage unit. She just puts it all out there. Talk about no filter, right? So she goes off. She's in her storage unit filming and recording her podcast on the go. I kind of like this style. I think I kind of want to start to do more of this too. I like this like reality TV style of podcast, and I think maybe I'll start to do a little bit more of like no filter, like in that. I have some things planned for some things that are coming and floating and moving and grooving, and so we'll see. Things will be shaken up over the next couple of months, but I was just kind of following this Tori Spelling model. I'm like, I'm kind of into this. Like she's literally created her own reality show out of a podcast. But so she's at the storage unit and she's talking about how she couldn't afford her storage units anymore. And she's just being fully transparent about it. And she's like, you know, I was raised rich and I don't know how to survive. I'm like, girl, you're like 45 now. Learn how to survive. Like you've been out of that spelling mansion for a minute. I get it. You were like, I never came from that. You know, I get it. You didn't know how to be poor, but now you are poor. So learn how to navigate it, sister. My goodness. Um, but so she's at the storage unit and talking about how she's poor and how her friends had to pay for these storage units for her. Cause she's like, so what happens is if you can't afford it, then the storage unit then owns it. And then they cut your lock and they put on their own lock so that you can't have access to your own stuff anymore because now technically they own it. And then they start auctioning your stuff off. And then we've seen storage wars, right? Where they go through people's storages and they like, you know, who wants this? And so she finally gets this locksmith to come, and the locksmith is coming to open up her storage unit, and then decides he's not going to come because it's Tori Spelling and it's this group of people and he has performance anxiety. So then the locksmith decides to just ghost them. He just leaves, right? He like starts and then he's like, oh, there's too many people, I'm nervous, and he just dips out. So then the owner of the locksmith has to come, and he unlocks and breaks the lock because Tori lost the keys to the lock. And she's like, okay, we have so many storage units, but we're just going to pick one and we're going to hope that it's a good one. And so she then opens up the storage unit. She's like, it's all Dean's stuff. And she's all mad about getting, all of Dean's stuff. And she's going through and she's like, it's a lot of junk. And here's a mirror. And I really love this mirror. And I don't want to let this mirror go. Okay. And then it was just a strange episode of her just going through her storage unit, talking about Dean and his addiction issues and him being in rehab. And then she gets into two things. She gets into her iHeartRadio outfit for the most recent. They had iHeart had an awards show or a concert. They had some sort of event. And when they have iHeart events, all the iHeartRadio podcasters come to the events and walk the red carpet. So Tori was there. And she says that she had this really like nice white dress that she wanted to wear, and she was going to own it, baby, own it. And then she was getting ready at the hotel before they were going to bring her over. And then she realized that somewhere they lost her dress. And she's like, this is just what happens to me. My life is chaos. And it's like, well, if you say that your life is chaos, all you're going to do is attract more chaos into your life. And she's like, you can't make this stuff up. I was like, well, maybe you can. But so she ends up being like, I have nothing to wear. All I have are sweats. So then she tells like one of her staff members, she's like, I like your pants. I'm going to wear your pants. And then Stella's like, you can wear whatever I have. And so she like takes one of Stella's shirts and she puts on Stella's shirt, and she literally just throws an outfit together. And so I actually have a photo of her outfit. So she literally decided on Stella's like black little tank top that shows her tummy. And then she has these like baggy pants, these like baggy plaid pants with heels on. I actually don't think she did a bad job. I think it actually is kind of a cute outfit for a fun like iHeartRadio yellow carpet award or event. Considering like this is the best that she was able to do on such short notice. Good for her, right? Like I actually think she kind of looks cute. Little crop top moment. I mean, for pushing 50 and for being able to rock the crop top and like still look kind of chic. Oh, Forever 21. Yeah. It does look very Forever 21. But like she made it work, right? She's like, listen, I'm on a budget. I have a Forever 21 budget. And so now she's rocking her Forever 21 outfit. She's literally wearing her daughter's tank top and like her assistant's pants and some heels. She said that she also, what do you call it? Ran into Rachel Leviss at the awards, and that Rachel was going to lend her some clothes, but then Rachel's like, oh, I was going to lend you some clothes, but I don't have clothes after all. She's like, I left them at Tom's car. So that's Tori. She explains the divorce announcement with Dean, and how, because remember last summer he posted on his Instagram that they were that they were separating. And she's like, oh my God, when he posts, because she says that he's threatened to divorce her several times, that they've had these fights and they've talked about divorce and they talk about divorce and they're on and off, on and off, on and off, but they haven't actually gotten divorced. And she says that she doesn't think that she'll rip the banding off and actually divorce him, that she's just too afraid to. But so she talks about how when the post went live, I think it was Stella, one of her daughters, ended up coming up to her and is like, oh my God, look at what he just posted on Instagram. And the crazy part was, one, she didn't know that he was posting it. And two, he posted it from down the hall. He was literally in the bedroom when he posted that. And she was like, what the fuck? But she says that when she saw it, Zach, do you listen to Rachel Levis's podcast? I don't. Sorry. Don't care. But so she says that he posted it from the other room and she saw it. And she said that when she saw it, she was like, oh, she said that she felt relieved that like it was official. She's like, oh, now it's official. Like he's officially divorcing me. Like this is over. We can finally move on. We can finally like let this go. we can, move on and be done, because she's wanted to leave him forever. And she said that they've slept in separate rooms for several years now, and that he's talked about it publicly. And he says that they slept in separate beds or separate rooms because she had a pig and she wanted the pig to sleep in the bed. And she's like, the pig only slept in the bed for a couple of nights. And I was like, maybe he meant you were the pig that was in the bed and he just didn't want to sleep next to you anymore because you were a pig. And she talks about how she's so messy. She's like, oh, I'm so messy. But she said that she was relieved that he posted the announcement. But her daughter was like, oh my God, no, Mom, this is not a good thing. Like, why are you acting like it's a good thing that he posted this? Because like all my friends are going to see this and I'm going to have to talk about it at school. And this is so embarrassing. You guys are so embarrassing. And so they had to explain to Dean why he had to take the post down. I guess at that point, he was also very into his addiction because she outs him as an alcoholic. And so he like wasn't fully understanding what the issue was. And so they have to convince him that he, needs to take it down because it's embarrassing, and that she wants the kids to be able to process the separation before it's public and before the kids know. And so, but the other interesting part too is like, I get it. And I have empathy for, Brooke Sweetheart says, what? She slept with a pig? Yeah, she got a pig. She got a little pig. And then the person who sold her the pig told her that that the pig was used to cuddling in a bed. So she's like, oh, okay, I guess the pig's going to have to cuddle in the bed. The pig no longer lives with them. The pig now lives on Jenny Garth's farm. And she's like, the pigs lived there for so long. So listen, her fucking podcast is like an acid trip, right? It's just like one thing after another. But my point in like, just to circle back about the kids being upset with Dean's statement going on Instagram, Tori's literally putting all their shit out on this podcast. So like, how is that affecting the kids? Like, how is it that you're blaming Dean? And listen, what he did, obviously, yes, it does affect the kids, sure. But at the same time, how do you also ignore that like what you're doing is affecting the kids as well? You're literally putting all of your business, like, wasn't it, she was talking about how like she can't poop on her own. And so, now that she's not with Dean anymore, she makes her son stay in the bathroom with her while she poops. Like, she's doing all of these things that are so embarrassing for her kids. I don't understand it. What's the name of her podcast? It's called Misspelling. MISS, or yeah, Misspelling. So Kat says pigs are so cute. Not in your bed though. That's just calling animals low class is Brooke behavior. I don't think animals are low class. I didn't say animals were low class. She can't take care of herself and gets a pig. Listen. It's just interesting. Yeah, she's not. I don't. But so then they make Dean take down the post, and so he deletes it. But then she's like, but it was even more weird because then I never talked about it and I never posted about it. And so I guess now they've had all this time to process it, and now she's filed for divorce. So yeah, now they're officially done and getting divorced. Talk about exhausting. What else do we have going on this week? Oh, there was this funny, but this had me cracking up because I was allegedly high on mushrooms. But so Jax and Brittany celebrated Cruz's third birthday party. The theme was 3 wrecks on the loose. And they were singing happy birthday. Zach Wickham, who's on the new show, The Valley, he's the one with the hair. I don't even need to give you any more description. Just know he's the one with the hair that looks fake, but it's not fake. I guess it's his real hair, even though it looks like a toupee. But anyway, he posted on his social media a video of them singing happy birthday. And I guess they had a folding table that the cake was on. And I guess it wasn't propped up properly, because they always say, I know, because my grandfather's always getting mad at me. He's like, when you put up the folding table, like, make sure you lock it and make sure you lock it. And I'm like, it's fine. It looks fine. And so I'm always one of those people that like never like super secures it. I'm like, it's fine, right? It's up. Like, how is it going to fall? Well, so then they're singing happy birthday. And then Jax leans onto the table. And the next thing you know it, the table falls. And then the cake just goes plop and flops all over the floor. And I was like, oh, And it was really funny. I thought it was hilarious. I watched it on loop for so long, and so many people were like, "That's so mean. They ruined that kid's birthday party." I was like, "They didn't ruin that kid is 3 years old. He could not be bothered." And they're like, "Why is Jax blowing out the kids' candles? What a narcissist." And I'm like, "What? Parents blow out their kids' candles all the time. He's 3 years old. Like, let him be. Let the child be. Let the family be. Stop being losers with dumb opinions and just be, right? Just be. Let it be. Leave it to Jax to F up a good party. Listen, things happen. Mistakes happen. You know, cakes fall. It happens all the time. I thought it was funny. And at least they have a memory to look back on. I mean, if the theme was 3 wrecks on the loose, then, like, the only way to end the party is with a cake on the floor disaster. But, you know, I thought it was funny. Everyone thinks it's funny when it's on, like, America's Funniest Home Videos, but suddenly it becomes Jax, and suddenly everyone's like, "Oh, well, they put their tree stumps back up their assholes." But Cruz didn't seem bothered by it. There were, I'm sure, a plethora of desserts. Nobody was gonna finish that cake anyway. Like, those cakes, like, or there's so much cake, and nobody ever finishes a cake. Like, when was the last time you had a birthday party where there was not leftover cake, or you weren't trying to get people to take cake home, or you didn't have to throw away some cake? There's always too much cake, 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 cake. So I ain't mad at it. But that was really funny. If you haven't seen the video, I highly suggest you go and watch it because it's hilarious. And then in the last bit of news, we had Megan Fox. And Megan Fox is defending Megan Foe because she did an interview with E! News, and she revealed that she has not watched Love is Blind season 6 with Chelsea Blackwell. And Chelsea Blackwell is the one who's like, "People tell me I look like Megan Fox all the time." And they finally asked Megan Fox, like, "What do you think about this girl, Chelsea Bang Bang, comparing herself to you, saying that she looks like you?" And she was like, "Oh, I believe that people have 1000% said that Chelsea looks like me, that Chelsea and I resemble each other. I believe people told her that. Why would she have a reason to lie?" But she's like, "But don't bully this poor girl. The heat that she got is probably so mean, and people bullied me for 20 years, and it broke my soul, and I hope it doesn't break her soul." So, yeah. She defended Chelsea. And I was like, "That's cute." You know, that was nice of her. I don't think it was, but she's like, "Stop bullying her. Leave Brittany alone. Leave Chelsea alone." Listen, Chelsea found the humor in it. Chelsea was laughing at it. Jimmy was laughing at it. Like, they learned how to lean into it. So, yeah. That's all I got for you guys. I mean, not all I got. That was a lot. We broke down a lot. Covered a lot today in the podcast. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Also, I just want to let you know Mother's Day is coming up. So I'm on Cameo. If you guys want to book a cameo with me, you can get a personalized message. It doesn't just have to be a Mother's Day message, though. Like, if you want to break up with your boyfriend, if you want to tell your girlfriend that you're cheating on her with her best friend, I'm happy to deliver that news for you. So whatever personalized message you want, book me on Cameo. I will send a private message to whoever, okay? Whoever you want, I'm here to let them know what's up, okay? But if you want to give your mom a cute Mother's Day video personalized from me, I'm happy to do that as well. Birthday messages, breakup messages, whatever you need, I'm your boy. Pep talks, sex talk, whatever you need, I'm here. Book me on Cameo. And give me a follow at Just Plain Zack all over the internet. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack on Instagram. Stay tuned. We have new episodes of No Filter with Zack Peter every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, streaming live first thing in the morning on YouTube, and then immediately uploaded onto your favorite podcast platform. So be sure to tune in there. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Get ready, Freddie. It's going to be a good week. Why? Because we're going to make it a good week. All right. And if you haven't done so yet, check out my new show, Disaster Daters. 6 episodes you can binge now exclusively to watch on Spotify. So there you go. Can we request that you do your cameos on shrooms? I mean, whatever you want, my love. I'm here. I'm your circus monkey. I'm your circus monkey. Book me however. All right. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. Talk to you soon. Ciao for now. Bye.